This is by Sweet Carole. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. Step into Corolla. Immerse yourself in a world where the warmth of hand-drawn animation meets a rich story steeped in horror. From Chris Darril, the Remothered series invites you on a haunting journey full of secrets.
Too small and inadequate for that world of ash, tar, and coal where she was born. When her mother died suddenly, the little girl, with only the company of a stuffed friend she would soon forget, found herself all alone on an icy bench, waiting for the carriage that would take her to the austere Bunny Hall. Luckily, even if that place turned out to be very hostile for her, there she met Carole, who like her was small and inadequate, so the little girl began to feel less alone, until... on a day like many others, Carole would leave Bunny Hall for good, so the little girl fell prey to despair again. After all, in a world made of ash, tar, and coal, furiously ticking away like a crazed clock, what can a little girl do all by herself?
So it's the early 20th century England. The suffrage movement begins to reshape society. Young Lana Benton searches for her missing friend, Carole Simmons. Her path leads her through Bunny Hall Orphanage and on to the mysterious kingdom of Corolla, a place controlled by the sinister Mr. Kin, a ruthless owl Velenia, and swarms of ravenous tar bunnies. Caught between worlds, he must survive. An evergreen old-school adventure of the 90s. And a heartfelt letter, or well, love letter, to precious classic animation films of childhood. But in a video game format. Well, isn't that lovely?
Carole Simmons?
And thus the adventure begins. Oh wow, yeah, no, it literally looks like the cinematic, but like the levels of detail in this are really quite effectively well done. Can I not get around the bench? Apparently the bench is a sticking point. I can't get by that. This is quite neat looking from like an aesthetic standpoint. Yeah, I think I am supposed to go around the bench, but regardless, it's quite lovely. It's a 4K resolution, despite some of the stuff in the game perhaps being a bit, I guess you would say, like, weirdly, like, lower but resolution, but that might be because it's, like, drawn and that's the animation aesthetic, I think is the idea there.
Speaking to me?
It's really beautiful, so yeah, 4K, 60 FPS.
No, I mean... I believe so.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. This is a very, very visually unique game. Well, it's not quite the same. It does strangely remind me of Cuphead, if that makes sense. You know, just in terms of like the approach to it. It's really cool to see a game done like this. It just keeps floating around. Oh, that's annoying. Really getting a lot out of this this space here from a development standpoint.
Oh, hello, little bunny. That letter is mine. Could you...
The sweet, bespectacled bunny ignored the little girl and took the letter with them.
I beg you, would you be so kind as to give it back to me?
The little girl began to get impatient. The little girl wouldn't let it win, so determined to recover Carole's letter, she followed the mischievous bunny.
I like that it has things in the foreground too. You know, with the layering you can do these days for art, you get some really complex layered scenes visually for video games. A loading screen?
What place is this?
That kite, it reminded the little girl so much of her friend Carole. So free and graceful, yet tormented, as if by adverse currents, by the other girls at Bunny Hall.
Oh, and who would you be?
It's a very mean looking
Have you
owl.
perhaps seen a bespectacled bunny?
Even the owl ignored her question and just stood there, staring at her, with those eyes, red like blood. But the little girl had no time to waste. She had to track down the bunny, and so she began to follow in its tracks.
Ugh. This is a seemingly dangerous place that we've stumbled into. This place is getting downright spookier by the second.
Oh, no! My letter!
Where did the bunny get this intricate...
Filled with a chilling sensation she could not explain, dove into the water.
Uh-oh. This is visually very interesting. Well, it definitely didn't do that very well. I thought I hit it like dead on, but... I'm wondering if it's like a sensitivity zone?
Oh, no! My letter!
It's kind of reminds me more of like Don Bluth's Dragon's Lair, kind of. Actually, now that I really think of it. Yeah, it's kind of like Dragon's Lair. I think I'm supposed to do it well ahead. I don't think I'm supposed to get it like directly in the zone. Yeah, because I think I was just literally supposed to press, yeah, that's what I was supposed to do. Okay, I thought I had to like kind of, you know, those rhythm games where you're trying to hit it like dead on. And you're just supposed to click it before the circle disappears. I'm starting to think this is a more dangerous place than we originally visioned. He's got a sick top hat. It seems, yeah, it's more like an interactive kind of, almost movie film kind of thing. Very, again, similar to like, well, Dragon Lair was like quick inputs, but... This is a terrifying world that we've come into. I mean, Alice in Wonderland is terrifying if you think about it too. But... I think these birds are here to help. Keep out, no trespassing. Well, we can't go back exactly.
So the little girl fell. And fell once again.
Hmm.
And while the man with the tar hat stood grinning, her thoughts drifted to that mysterious figure in the window of Bunny Hall, who silently stood watching her as she was swallowed up in her abyss. And this is how our story begins. A letter, a roar, then a daring plunge, and a little girl, too small and inadequate for that world of ash, tar, and coal of which she was a part.
Miss Benton, I am pleased to note that my voice is so soft that it encourages restful sleep in class. Be so kind as to share your wisdom on today's topic with your fellow classmates.
There was a man made of tar, an owl, and a bunny with glasses.
Such impertinence. Home economics, ladies' etiquette, chapter 9. Be always beautiful, perfumed, and impeccable. All of you young women of today are privileged to witness the deeds of the great men of your era, the grand discoveries, the phenomenon of industrialization, progress. Soon you will be wives and then mothers of great men who will go down in history. And you, Miss Benton, make fun of it. This establishment, too, if events continue to transpire as hoped, will undergo important developments, and you will be the first to benefit from them. Why, ladies?
A portion of Bunny Hall was conceded to a corporate collective in order to form a small branch, thereby taking advantage of the area's greatest resource, rabbits. This will not only bring new luster to the estate in this region, but also new jobs.
Very good, Miss Vicky Trant. At the very least, Lana has grasped the rabbit matter. In this regard, our dear Frank reminds us that it is strictly forbidden to venture beyond the walls of the park. The disinfestation work will resume tonight after the strong winds of recent weeks. Remember, not to be overwhelmed by the explosions. It's all perfectly normal.
Oh.
The soil is blasted with charges and the rabbits forced out of their burrows.
That's one way to go about it.
Who did it? Miss Benton!
Well, that's just kind of mean.
I'm weary of you, miss. Ungrateful, arrogant troublemaker. Why is it so difficult for you to behave like all the others?
Why not plead your case at least and be like, it was the other girls?
The clock is ticking furiously, and you are a woman now. Therefore, it is high time you learn to behave like one, or accept the consequences of your ridiculous transgressions.
Poor kid.
You will help Miss Mildred with the chores. When you are done, ring the bell, and you will be allowed to return to your accommodation. But until then, don't even dream of leaving this place.
This, for the little girl, was now the norm. Targeted by Vicky and the other girls, or simply scolded by the matrons of Bunny Hall. Like Miss Hinman and her nauseating perfume. She constantly repeated herself sadly, "No, I don't want to grow up. I don't want time to flow furiously anymore." It would have been so nice instead to be able to take it back to when Carole was still there.
It would be better to shed some light.
Can I grab this, or... Oh, I have to open the window.